So you left the room, you meet with security.
Hmm.
At that point in your mind, are you like, I'm going to go to the police and press charges?
No, at that point, I just want to go home. That's the at point. I just want to go home. I can't believe this happened. I want to go home.
Okay, but then what happens next?
Okay, so after I go into this floor that I never even knew existed, they start asking me questions about the room that I came from and what happened and my clothes, and I tell them. At that point, the New York City, NYPD is called. They come in. I'm sitting there in a hotel because my clothes are, well, my dress is shredded. They give me like a meridian, robe to put on. So I'm sitting there and they says, well, Miss Jackson, you're gonna have to come down and you're gonna have to identify them. And I said, okay. So I go down to the lobby. All of this now, I'm still like in a haze. Like I can't even, like I just want to go home. Like I don't know what's going on. We go down to the lobby. I see I see Tupac come off the elevator. I see at the time Nigel, which I think is, Jack, come off the elevator. And they have me behind. They don't see me. I don't see them physically, but they have me in an area where I can see them, but they can't actually see me. And they're like, is this the person? Is it the person that raped me or whatever? I'm like, yes, yes, yes. So they arrest them. At that point, I'm taking from the Parker Meridien to St. Luke's for a rape kit.
Okay, and what does the rape kit end up finding out?
You know what? I don't even know. I went to St. Luke's. I did the rape kit. We went through all that. I had an officer, female officer, two male officers, after leaving St. Luke's, transport me to a precinct. I wasn't allowed to go home. I wasn't allowed to contact my family or anything. I spent the night at the precinct that night. I was in the back of a precinct sleeping on a sofa that night, and they kept me there to go to the special victims unit the next morning. I wanted to go home, but I wasn't allowed to shower. I was still in the Meridian robe, sleeping that night on the sofa I'm sorry, on the couch in the precinct. And the next morning, I was, I was in Melissa Morge's office. I was transported to our office.
And that's the district attorney?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
At the time this is happening,
Mm-hmm.
it's all a blur. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
But you did an interview later on. I
Mm-hmm.
believe it was Source Magazine,
Mm-hmm.
where you felt that you realized that the district attorney and the NYPD had it out for Tupac and were, I guess, using you to get at him.
No, let's be correct. I don't think, okay, it's putting me in a very precarious situation. It's putting me in a situation because I am a black woman. And it's putting me in a situation where like, as I'm older now, I understand the dynamics of things, okay? Okay, I was a victim of rape no matter who or what it was, okay? Just so happens that he is an icon now, and I take nothing away from that. And I will never bash him, because we actually made peace after that. The thing about it is that I felt that perhaps if this may have happened with Tyrone down the block, it may not have been given the same attention as it would have been given because of who or what it was. I don't want to get into, I don't want to get into those schematics of whether they were out to get them or not, because I'm not, I don't want to say that. I am you know what I mean? I don't want to
Yeah.
make it seem like it lessens what happened to me. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to say, I don't know with the same velocity if it would have been chased after if it was someone on a street corner. I don't, you know what I mean? But it doesn't take away from, and I want to be very careful with those words because I don't want to make it seem as if, it was a conspiracy and we were all after them. No. You know what I mean? No. Rape is rape, and I'm glad that he was prosecuted because it was rape. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't want to make it seem as if, you get what I'm saying?
No, I understand, but I guess just the point that I want to make, and I think you did kind of touch on that a little bit in your interview with the source, is that right before this situation happened, Tupac had shot 2 cops in Atlanta and ended up getting off for that. And when you talk about the brotherhood, in police departments and so forth, you can't, as someone living in America, you do know that when, police feel a certain type of way when they see that type of thing happen.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, granted he was a celebrity and they wanted to prosecute him, but do you think at all NYPD felt a certain level of, okay, well, you got away with that, but we're going to get you for this? Almost like what happened with O.J. Simpson. He got away with murder, but then we caught him on this lesser charge, so we're going to give him 35 years for this, even though, it may not particularly deserve 35 years. And that's why you said, if this was a regular guy, they may not have gone so heavily on this particular case. So do you think that the shooting may have played a role in it?
You know what? I don't know. I really don't know.